For the first time, says that he just felt like he needed a change. How awkward might it be for him to be with a trainer for the first time in his 38th fight?
It could be awkward, but I think it depends on the type of fighter you are. He seems to be a guy that doesn't take himself too serious. He's not, that
Mexican system. They knew each other then. Never fought as amateurs. First time they're meeting as pros. And a half ago, I happened to be in London that night while you were close.
And the thing about these two guys right now is, before Chocolatito soaring Visay, which Chocolatito lost attention and attracts a following. Chocolatito, until very recently undefeated, best pound for pound according to many. The monster who you're going to see after this fight, Inoue, has this. He's this boxing prodigy. There's something to see there. He's this amazing fighter with very little experience.
First couple of minutes, Cuadras landing 12 jabs in the first round, which is a little bit more than twice the division average for landed jabs, and Harold Letterman agreed with me.
Of the doubt, he will do things to draw attention to himself, and that was a competitive round.
To detour him.
So now, a minute into round number 2. Estrada and Cuadras still in the center of the ring.
Shoulders had a mental letdown in his last fight. He's the type of fighter who's going to fight to the level of competition. So he'll do good against Gonzalez and guys like Estrada tonight because, again, he fights to...
Like that.
Now round 3. Crowd responds as Estrada gets a little bit off balance after missing a looping left hook.
Cuadras will throw the get-off-me punches to establish
body with authority early in the fight.
And generally his imagination. He fights with imagination because Cuadras sees himself as a star, Andre. Difficult to beat a guy like that who's also equipped with skills.
No question.
And Estrada seems to be blocking the right hand.
Cuadras switches southpaw.
That left hook landed.
Cuadras is giving Estrada a lot of different looks right now. Southpaw, right-handed. He's showing him the jab. He's hitting him with right hands, and he's hitting him with body shots.
And 25 of those 68 are body shots. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 3-0. 30-27, Carlos Cuadras. Love that left jab to the body, too. Look at that right hand to the head.
I don't think that landed very much.
I think that landed. Carlos Cuadras.
To the conventional stand.
That's what I mean by fighting with charisma. In terms of who's damaging who the most, it's very close. There's nothing to really choose from so far.
2 left hooks by Carlos Cuadras.
In fact, the hook has landed more cleanly for Cuadras than any other fight.
I think the left hook has been his best punch all night, particularly to the body.
Estrada has definitely had more.
Unofficially, you can see that Harold Letterman has scored the first 4 rounds now. Estrada, coming into the fight, was averaging 73 punches per round in his last 10 fights. He's only averaging 55 punches per round. Had surgery on the right hand back in December. And yes, there's a question mark as to whether that is a deficit for him.
That got his attention for sure.
Sometimes the wrong things in boxing are rewarded. You're not supposed to. That was a good hook from Cuadras again, his best punches.
Look inside by Juan Francisco Estrada. Like that, Cuadras answers back with a left hook, but Estrada answers him with a left and a right. Body shots by Carlos Cuadras. And a left hook upstairs off an off-margin now for Carlos Cuadras, who's landed 41 more punches than Estrada, thrown 69 more punches than Estrada, and is landing at a significantly higher percentage. And as you can see, Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard every round in favor of Carlos Cuadras.
I wouldn't be
San Francisco Estrada in recent years. I just have a wild hunch that if we had seen him 4 years ago, we would have seen a more electric special fighter at that time than appears to be the case here tonight. Estrada knocks Carlos Cuadras back. That sets up another jab and right hand.
That's actually the one punch he's throwing heavy now, is he's throwing a heavy jab, Estrada.
And there's a right hand up and under by Estrada. And a left hook that lands.
Yeah, he landed a left one right before that right uppercut.
Suddenly, Estrada has found the target.
To be right where he wants to be right now at this stage in this fight, even though Cuadras just landed a big right hand, and Estrada answered him right back.
Well, you hit
Summit meeting at 115 pounds. Estrada in the white trunks, Cuadras in the black trunks. Harold Letterman watching the same fight as us. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, so I got it 5-1, 59, 55.
In the way that he did in the earlier rounds.
I think he's simply trying to get a breather. Estrada's laying it on thick right now. He's been putting a lot of pressure on Cuadras since the last round. Fighters
give punches early.
Absolutely.
That's why this effect is being seen now.
That's what a veteran fighter does. He puts money in the bank, so when he hits return, there's something there midway and late in the fight.
Well, that is so true before our very eyes, because from the middle of the 6th round on, Estrada has suddenly...
The wear and tear on Cuadras is evidence of the good work that Estrada was.
There's a rally by Cuadras, and he lands an uppercut that backs Estrada up. And we've got the beginnings of what could be a great finish to this fight.
Yes, Cuadras still fighting like...
Conservative, conventional craft will pay off against a guy who's trying to do a lot of different things in the ring. Estrada has stuck to his knit.
Round fight.
It is, I love this kind of fight. It's getting heated up. It's hard to predict who's going to win.
Through the targets, it makes a big difference.
He knocked the spit out of, he showed you in between rounds, slow motion. I mean, I thought it was a mouthpiece at first.
Good work from both men these last couple of seconds here.
Another straight right hand landing for Estrada. Gets the jab in down the pipe.
Not a probing jab. Most of them seem to land.
Little right hand for Cuadras.
Definitely got his attention.
Good body shots for Cuadras there. And that's a way for Cuadras to regain the momentum back under him.
Yeah.
Started to punch with authority.
Cuadras is not going to accept his fate as some guy who's athletic but maybe out enough in the face of a fighter who's determined to not let that kind of... Not
the customary 9 p.m. Eastern time, but rather 8 o'clock for the overall pay-per-view card surrounding Canelo and Golovkin.
The gear so he doesn't fall behind the wayside and lose a nip and tuck decision.
Uppercut in the middle of a combination there, landed for Cuadras.
Fighters who separate themselves a little more special can recognize intuitively, and the contenders
across the top there has actually landed more and better body shots.
And there's a lot of reasons why Estrada may not be finding that gear. He may not have the ability to step in. He may not be willing to walk through what he has to walk through to get what he needs offensively.
Of himself as a star. Cuadras sees himself as a winner. Hard to break, right the ship.
Live from Carson, California, the StubHub Center, which has produced so many great nights of boxing in the past, and now the beginning of this 115-pound triple header has been a scintillating night.
Juan Francisco Estrada had 2 real good rounds in round 6 and 7, and all of a sudden he stopped fighting in the 8th. You know, very hard to understand. But he only won the 9th round with some real hard shots, and look at what he's doing here. He's coming back, getting off, throwing the first punch, landing hard shots. I think that Estrada from start punching. Look at that.
Down goes Cuadras on a straight right hand by Estrada. And finally Estrada finds the key for turning the fight around. Andre landed some go.
He finally landed it.
Estrada fought with more energy in this round. I don't know if you call it another gear, but he was able to recapture what started making this fight special. Can Cuadras fight it off?
Early in the fight, did Estrada do exactly the right thing in waiting and biding his time? Here's another right hand for Estrada.
Wrong. That if he stays the course and fights methodically and does the technically correct things, he can use Cuadras' wildness against him.
This is the shot I believe Estrada's been looking for all night, is the straight right hand. He touched Cuadras with the left hook, but the key was to land the right hand. He landed it. Down goes Cuadras.
The hook you saw.
Once Juan Francisco Estrada got his feet solidly under him in round number 5 or so, power level of his punches went way up.
This could be an even fight right now. Easily.
Good left hook by Estrada.
Did Estrada make a mistake by letting Cuadras off the hook, or was he smart? He didn't run into anything stupid, and does he still have enough time to get the job done here?
Estrada punch and do what he has to do, but Estrada knows that if he gets another good shot in there, the fight could be over.
Estrada landed a good left hook, didn't get quite enough. Left hook lands inside for Estrada. At That's not the A-level left hook.
Estrada looks to me like a 15.
Even round in terms of number of punches landed, according to CompuBox, but I think Estrada's punches have had more authority, and he lands another big left hook in the closing seconds of round number 11.
I think that hook won the round.
Juan Francisco Estrada really took over. I mean, it's like the first 5 rounds he didn't fight for nothing, but the second half, just like Andre told us it was going to be.
On Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard, we'll see what the official judges have after all the action is over. What a second half comeback in this fight by Juan Francisco.
He's had some rough moments down the stretch. Good shot from Estrada, but Cuadras has not given up yet. He's still fighting with a lot of heart and a lot of passion.
But Estrada is landing with authority, Max.
We're in the last 2 minutes. Got to continue to look for spots to pick, or do you need to pick it up?
Those are the spots he's looking.
The right hand and trying to stay away from it, and that has given Estrada the chance to land some very solid left hook.
You and Estrada might be right in that point of view, but we've seen too many close calls and guys griping after the fight about decisions, and here Estrada looks to me like he has a chance to do something to take all doubt away, and I would think he should go for it.
Any of his fights, for that matter.
Got a lot of heart on Cuadras. He just...
You see right there, Estrada was willing to take those pity-pat punches.
Cuadras has tried to generate a lot of activity in the 12th round. Estrada has picked his shots and tried to land hard punches, and in some cases, very successfully so. Little left hook lands for Cuadras.
To the winner by unanimous decision, Carlos El Príncipe Estrada.
All 4 judges had it, 114, 113, Jim.
And is making clear that he's upset. One of the judges is handing his card up, and now it appears that...
The score goes the other way. The winner, Juan Francisco Estrada.
Haven't seen that all that often.